Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Hells, or Helen if you prefer. It's going to be a little bit Christmassy this week. I've done a little bit of Christmas prep and I'm starting off by making my Christmas cake. I would have normally done this a little bit earlier just to give it time to feed the cake and build up the flavour, but it should still be quite nice. So 24 hours before I need to start baking, I am going to steep my dried fruit in some brandy. So I have raisins, sultanas, currants and glacé cherries. And to that I'm going to add the zest of 2 oranges and then 250ml of brandy. Cover that over. Give it a good stir, and then cover it over and just let that sit to soak up all that lovely brandy. So then the next day I can actually get on with baking the cake. So my fruit is all nice and prepped, and to make the actual cake mixture I'm going to use unsalted butter, brown sugar, cinnamon and some mixed spice, white flour, eggs and some chopped almonds. I'll give that all a mix together, and from that point then I can add in the mixed fruit. It does give your arm quite a good workout and takes some time, but the smells of the kitchen were absolutely divine. This is quite a simple fruitcake recipe. It's a Mary Berry recipe that I found online, and there are some quite elaborate ones that you can get out there, but I find this simple one works quite well for us. All 3 of us in our household absolutely adore fruitcake, and I really do feel it's worth the time baking from home. Although the shop bought ones are still lovely, there's just something about the home baked cake. After I've baked this cake, I will feed the cake with more brandy or possibly sherry once a week, up until about a week before we want to eat it. And at that point, I'm going to ice the cake. Some years I don't ice the cake, I glaze it with nuts and fruit. But I fancy some icing this year. So I've bought some marzipan in preparation, and I will make a royal icing on top. So good royal icing should have a crisp outside but then be fairly soft inside. And this is not something that I've made before, but I'm going to give it a go. So it is quite important with a fruit cake to line the cake tin very well. Because the cooking time is so long, the outside of the cake can get quite dark or burnt unless it's prepared well. So I use 3 layers of baking parchment on the inside of a grease tin, and then I've got a couple of circles for the bottom. But then on the outside of the cake, I've also got another 3 layers, and this just protects it from the heat. Although the oven will be on a fairly low setting, it's such a long time for the bake that you need some good protection on the tin. So here we are. This cake tin is a teeny tiny bit on the small side, but with the extra layer of parchment, it's baked very nicely. So just pressing that down into the tin, and then here I am giving the outside protection layer, and I just tie that with some string to keep that in place. And voila, there is the cake. I've allowed it to cool entirely before taking the parchment off. And then I'll wrap this in fresh parchment and some foil, and then in a tin, so I can easily feed that now over the next few weeks on the lead up to Christmas. So Mark and I have been out to yet another garden centre. We have so many in our local area, and particularly in the evenings when it's quite quiet, we enjoy coming out to have a look around and get inspiration. We were joking about buying this stag for the front garden. It was so big. Now this is something that I hadn't come across, is this collection of Julia Donaldson decorations. They got like the Gruffalo and Zog, and all little different baubles and designs and miniature books and some crackers there and plushies and ornaments, and it was so adorable. And I know a lot of people really have a place in their heart for the Gruffalo, particularly at Christmas. So it wouldn't surprise if these sell out very fast. Those were so adorable. This miniature Gruffalo book as well. What a lovely stocking filler. There are some really fun plushy toys around this year. And here is a cross between the Grinch and a gonk. I think Mark was rather taken by this one, but we did have a laugh at that. This particular garden centre had a really lovely array of pickles, and I wasn't tempted by any this time, but I think I might head back because they all look so yummy, and I'm still thinking about them now. This intrigued me, and then I saw the price at $21.99. It went back on the shelf. It was a bubble tea set, and here's Mark deciding which flavoured coffees that he might like. They got some lovely Christmassy ones there. Christmas spirit and gingerbread cookie. Yum. This tea canister, how big is that compared to the size of my hand? What would you... That'd scare Banjo.
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Oh, good God.
Spanky back.
Can't take you anywhere. We also thought these books celebrating the year of your birth would make a great little present. Mark's just checking out his birth year. And as always, we've made it back to the candle section. That look like gingerbread cookies and things.
Yeah,
They're so cute.
like that one.
Yeah. Decorations. It's so cute. Light up houses.
Yeah.
This made me laugh as well. This plushy Christmas turkey. Seems like every time we look at Christmas decorations, there are some beverage type ornaments, and there's no exception here. We've got a little martini and a Christmas martini, like a margarita, some beer bottles, some gin bottles, and even some little Christmas wine glasses. More Christmas plushies, some very cute ones here. And here's some of my favourite bits that I didn't take home, but I'm definitely mulling over. More mushrooms. Toadstools. Very attractive. Some beautiful table settings. And they even had a little section dedicated to Alice in Wonderland. We've got the flamingos here. And then the Mad Hatter. The rabbit's stopwatch. Some more rabbit bits. And some little mini Alices down there. And that's just some really magical theming. I'm going to do some painting now. And I got this idea from a lovely account I follow called Foxgloves and Acorns. And in the vlog, they used rubber stamps to outline their painting and then used watercolours to fill it in. And I thought this was such a lovely idea. And I saw it a few months ago and it's been on my mind ever since to give a go. Don't have a tremendous collection of rubber stamps, but I find, particularly with my watercolour, the most difficult thing I find is actually the drawing part or finding the inspiration. So that was a very nice idea to quickly do some watercolour and practice that without getting into a rut or struggling to know what to paint. So I thought I'd give this a go. And I do thoroughly recommend going to give their account a view and a follow. Check it out. I've got these little flowers here, and just going to add another one on as well. And I'm using these Tim Holtz inks for the outline. I've got a black one and one in pumice stone, just to give they're both a try to see how it turns out. I thought the black ink may be a little bit dark for the outline, but in reality I think I preferred the black on this one, but it's all a bit of trial and error. In the end I was pleased with how it turned out. These very cute little prints. Now I've stamped these one at a time just so I could see the placement better rather than going in all at once. I also have these Inktense pencils, which are quite nice to add some real vibrancy and detail to the end of the painting. And you use them wet or dry, and then when they're set, they are permanent. So I'm just dabbing the paint in, as I don't want the ink to run. I'm going to start with the lighter colours. Before adding in some darker shades, just to add some definition. I made a plum crumble this week If you've been watching my vlogs, you'll notice that the other month Mark and I went to a pick your own farm, and we ended up picking a lot of plums just because they were so prolific this year, and a lot of them ended up in the freezer, so it's time to get using them. So I've got the frozen half plums here, and I'm just going to add some sugar. I've got some cranberries to use up, I thought I'd chuck them in, and some spices as well, using nutmeg and cinnamon. Give that a good stir, and I'm just going to pop that into the oven for 5 minutes while I make my crumble top. So to plain flour, I will add my unsalted butter, and I'll cut that up and then rub the butter in before adding sugar. And I get this kind of biscuit crumb mix. I'm going to spoon on top of the plum mixture and then gently pat that down. And then I'll bake that in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes. And serve it with custard. Goes down a treat in our household. And then finally on to our weekly shop this week. So I started off with our fruit again. I've got loads of oranges, or satsumas, bananas, peaches, apples, lemons to help ward off colds of this season. And then we normally get some salad. So I've got some radishes, cucumber, some carrots. Love roasted carrots this time of year. Some little salad potatoes, as I'll be making a potato salad. Some sweet potatoes, red onion, baby spinach, which I'm also enjoying a lot of at the moment. Some peppers, and chives. Oh, and I almost forgot the grapes there. And some pak choy as well. Although I've now learnt that Mark's not a big fan, so I'll mix that up next time. For the store cupboard, got a large bag of pasta, some tuna chunks, some mayonnaise, some char siu pork marinade, black peppercorns, some gelatine. I'm starting to put some bits away for my Christmas bakes. There's 3 in a pack there. Hope that'll be enough for what I want to do, but we will see. Giving this a try, even though I haven't got an air fryer, I'm going to do it in the oven. Some southern breadcrumbs. I've got some vanilla there also put with Christmas. Tiger loaf. 15 eggs, as they were on a really good offer, and we do eat a lot of eggs. I fancied some roast turkey, so I've got that for some sandwiches this week, and ham for Dad and Mark. These tempura battered fish pieces for the freezer, and some chip shop cod for Mark. Lovely. Some Alpen, that's a standard for us. Some cherry Pepsi Max and smooth orange juice. And then these rich cut classic variety crisps. Taste just like McCoy's in my opinion. Some salted butter, some low-fat creme fraiche. That goes in a pasta dish that I do with sausage and mustard, which is beautiful. Some yogurts, large milk, and as always, Cathedral City cheddar cheese. Now I've got a cottage pie for Dad, and then finally onto our meat. I've got some pork shoulders and some chicken breasts, and that should see us through the week. Thanks for watching, have a great week, and ta-ra for now.